All right, welcome everyone to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball. The highly anticipated 2026 season is about to get underway. I'm Uncle Muggs coming to you from the second floor here on Westland Gardens Park in Matter Academy, where they're taking on the Barracudas of Coral Reef. And this ought to be a good one today. I want to thank our sponsors, Dick's House of Sport. There's a not so good picture of me. I want to thank my buddy Billy Martone. Without him, a lot of this wouldn't happen. He's my go-to guy up in North Carolina. Remember to watch Inside the Park every Sunday right here on YouTube. And there are the 5A, the Class 5A state champions, the Matter Academy Lions. They're about to take the field, their home field here. We're just getting things underway. Let's hear a quick word from our buddy Zach Neto.
Zach Neto here. You're watching Inside the Park with Uncle Muggs.
Yeah, Zach was nice enough to come out to the alumni game the other day at Cole Park, and there he is with Coach Bello. And that's a beautiful thing when these major leaguers give back. They come back to their high school, they participate. They don't have to play, but just by them showing up, it is a great big deal for these guys. We got a center field cam where you see a little robot that paints the lines. Finally got that one underway. And if you please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram. There's Coach Tito. Here's a look at the Coral Reef Barracudas. Trying to get this other cam going. All right, we're about to get going. It's about 15 minutes. We're going to get this one underway. They said 6:30, but 6:30 is just right around the corner here. Uncle Muggs bringing you the play-by-play. I'm going to put you on mute because there is some music playing in the background, and we don't want to get the copyrighted, infringement. So Uncle Muggs here saying, I'm going to put you on mute, and we're going to be right back just in a few minutes. All right, Uncle Muggs here at Westland Gardens Park, getting ready for a preseason game between the Coral Reef Barracudas and the home team, the 5A, Class 5A defending state champion, Matter Academy Lions. Trying to get this one camera to work behind the plate. If we can cooperate, that'd be cool. That one's a little dark. I'm going to lighten that one up in a little bit. There's the head coach, Umberto Bencomo. Won his first title last season. I'm going to put you on mute for a second because the music is still playing. And I'm going to go over the lineup for the Barracudas. Leading off playing center field, it's William Vega. He's followed by Kevin Cabrera, who'll be playing left field wearing number 2. The third batter is Josué Henriquez wearing number 7. He's the catcher. Batting cleanup, playing first base for the Barracudas, number 17, Dominic Peritoni. DH is Alfredo Hernandez, number 25. Then it's Raul Garcia playing third base, wearing number 19, batting 6. Then we have Ethan Gross playing right field, wearing number 23. Following him, it's Jonathan Mendoza, the shortstop, wearing number 13. And then it's Jacob Wagner playing second base, wearing number 1. The starting pitcher for the Barracudas is Adrian Nunez. And once the Matter Academy Lions take the field, I'll go over the defense with you and their batting order when they come up to bat. Again, I'm going to put you on mute for 1 second, and we'll be right back right after this.
This is not a test. This is not a test. I don't know if you can handle it. I don't know if you can handle it. This is not a test. I don't know if you can handle it. I don't know if you can handle it. This is not a test. You can 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 test.
All right, we got Luis Perez on the mic, and he's introducing the visiting Barracudas from Coral Reef. Uncle Muggs here in the booth. And before we get started, folks, I just want to say that we're going to dedicate this season, the entire baseball season, in the memory of our beloved coach, mentor, and friend, Steve Hertz. He was a mentor to many, and we're going to remember him this season every single game. Thank you, Coach. All right, the Barracudas are being introduced now. Uncle Muggs saying, remember, visit our Instagram page. We need Instagram followers. We need the Facebook followers. But the Instagram, we need more. Remember, every Sunday we're going to do Inside the Park. I mentioned earlier we're going to recognize Billy Martone. And he is the man, the technical guy that we lean on here at FSPN. If you haven't done so already, please visit Dick's House of Sport in Dayland. And we have a good one coming up next week. I mean, Friday. Friday we have a live right here at Matter Academy, Westland Gardens Park. All right, here comes the Matter Academy Lions. I'm going to put you on mute because of the music. Okay, they're being introduced now. The 5A defending champion, the Matter Academy Lions. Their starting lineup has changed a little bit from last year. They had a few seniors graduate, had a few others coming in. For example, Andres Suarez came in from Miami Springs, and he's making a start tonight. The DH, Michi Fernandez, another transfer. Willie Medeiros is behind the plate. The batter is going to be Leodan Rodriguez, the lefty. And here are the rest of the Matter Academy Lions. All right, the wait is over. It's finally here. The beginning of the 2026 season. Highly anticipated. On the mound for the Matter Academy Lions is left-hander Leodan Rodriguez. Leodan came over from Dade Christian. Let's go over the defense right now for the Matter Academy Lions. Behind the plate, it's going to be Willie Medeiros today getting the start. Third base is Yodekis Quevedo. Lorenzo's at shortstop. Gabriel Fonteries is making a start today at second base for the injured Brian Mesa. Playing first base is Brian Fernandez. Out in left field, Jonathan Esponda. Next to him is Dylan Fernandez. And getting the start is the transfer from Miami Springs, Andres Suarez. And that's the lineup for the Matter Academy Lions. The lefty's got good stuff. He could really bring it. Story of this night is going to be whether the Coral Reef Barracudas have enough offense to match up with the Matter Academy Lions. All right, in the box now for Coral Reef from the right side, facing the left-handed batter is William Vega. Takes the first one in there for a strike. I'm going to bring up the scoreboard. I'm not going to worry too much about, the balls and strikes tonight as I'm up here by myself, but I will keep score. 1-1 the count. There's a center field view. We'll try to bring you a couple other views as the night goes by. There's a foul ball to the right side. Rodriguez ahead quickly, 1-2. Yeah, the mute was because the music, but now the mute is off. All right, Kaylee. We see that you're there. Count goes to full now. And he's going to take a ball 4, walk down to first base. He's going to bring up Kevin Cabrera with a runner on and 1 out. There's a look at Cabrera on first base. The left-handed Rodriguez throws over there. I don't think that was his best move. Nice crowd out here. They just finished the stands. It looks beautiful here at Westland Gardens Park, right off the turnpike. That was a strike called by Rodriguez. Let's keep an eye on Vega. Let's see if Vega, we'll do the split screen, see if Vega goes. Swing and a miss, high fastball. Uncle Muggs here at Westland Gardens Park for the first game 2026 season, and there's a strikeout. And 1 out. It's going to bring up Josue Henriquez. He's the catcher. He'll be followed by Dominic Peratoni. Rodriguez keeps Vega on first base. There's a look at the left-handed hitting Henriquez. One and one to count, 1 out here in the top of the first inning, no score. You're watching the Coral Reef Barracudas take on the defending Class 5A champions. A big swing and a miss there. The Matter Academy Lions led by their head coach Humberto Bencomo. That one's inside. 1 out. William Vega on first base for these Cudas. There's a look at Vega. That one's fouled straight back. You can see Dylan Fernandez's head in that shot from center field. Might have to move that camera over to the right a little bit. And I'll try to lighten it up between one of the innings. There's another look at Vega. Comes to the plate and called strike 3. Another strikeout for the lefty. Leodan Rodriguez, a nice pickup from the left side. Now the Lions have 2 left-handed pitchers. Brian Fernandez, who's playing first base. It's going to bring up to bat Dominic Peratoni. He's the cleanup batter wearing number 17. He's the first batter. Sorry about the camera work. That one got away from Medeiros, kicks out Runner's going to get to second base. So Vega makes his way to second base with 2 outs. 0-1 count to Peritoni. There's a look at Vega on second base. Rodriguez taking his time, looking into Maderos. Peritoni steps out. Vega comes back. Good chance to say hello. Uncle Muggs high atop one of the containers. Let's get back to action. Here's the pitch. Fastball low. Easy take for Peritoni. On a chilly night here at Westland Gardens Park. Not as chilly as it was last night or the night before, but nice enough to play some baseball. We have a good one on Friday. You don't want to miss this one. Omar Baldo and the Bucks come to Westland Gardens Park. And then next week the season starts, and that's croqueta. No, that's strike 2. I think it's 2-2 now with 2 outs. The scoreboard may be wrong. So look at Vega on second. Rodriguez taking a peek at him. Swing and a miss by Peritoni. And that was just fire. Heat against heat. Swing and strike 3. So he strikes out the side after a leadoff walk, and the Cudas leave 1. They get none. We head to the bottom of the first inning with no score here from Westland Gardens Park, and you're watching FSPN. I'm Uncle Muggs. We'll be right back right after this. All right, before you go, Coach, any shout-outs? Who are we going to recognize today?
Most definitely our administrative staff at Somerset Academy, our athletic director, Chris Iacano. Without them, none of this is possible. It's a great opportunity to coach these young men and also represent the school. I thank Muggs for coming out, man. This platform is special, I think, for high school baseball or sports. He's growing. It's a great industry, and it should be, explored deeper. And this guy is leading the way. Great job, man. I'm a big supporter, so thank you for coming out.
Thank you, man. That was really special. Nobody's ever talked to me like that. That was awesome.
Yes. Sir.
All right, folks, stick with us. We're going to have an interview with the senior left-handed pitcher of the Panthers, Kareem Ammer, right after this.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Over you, man. Thank you,
brother.
brother.
Thank you.
This glove was made for me by Prospect Gloves. Antonio Menendez. He's a right-handed pitcher for the Durham Bulls. He has a company called Prospect Gloves where you can go online and design your own glove. He made that one for me. I love it. I finally got to use it not too long ago. Played a little long toss, but with a brand new ball. I didn't want to dirty the glove. All right, Uncle Muggs here at Westland Garden Park. I'm going to bring down the, I'm going to put the mute again because of the music. Got Bad Bunny kicking in the background. All right, the leadoff batter is the shortstop senior, number 2. He's a Florida commit, Brandon Lorenzo. He's going to be facing the right-handed pitching Adrian Nunez from Coral Reef. He'll be followed by Esponda, Jonathan Esponda, the left fielder. Then it'll be Yodeki Quevedo, third baseman. And if anybody gets on, it's Dylan Fernandez, the center fielder. And we're excited to see this Matter Academy lineup in this 2026 season. There's a fly ball over to right field. Wow, that one falls right in front of him. The hustling Lorenzo makes it all the way to second base. And that's going to be a leadoff hit and then an error. All right, in the box is Jonathan Esponda. And I expect a lot of good things from Esponda this year. I don't want to say he had a quiet year last year, but that ball gets away from Henriquez. That's going to put Lorenzo on third base with nobody out. Yeah, right. You never know who's going to show up here. There's Miami-Dade Sharks head coach. Got a legend. Is that Willie Silva? Because I didn't recognize him with the beard and all that. The guys. All right, nice to see you guys. Thanks for coming out. Never know who's going to show up here at Westland Gardens Park. 1-1 the count now to Esponda. Nunez wheels and deals. Boy, he's got a little giddy up on that. Count goes to 1-2. He throws a nice, firm, heavy ball. That was a fastball in on the hands. Esponda fouled it back. Let's take a look at Humberto Bencomo over there at third base. Promise I'll have better cameras for you tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but Friday. There's a center field can. That one's working steady. Low, but over the plate. Strikeout. It's going to bring up Yolekis with a man on third base. He's the Florida State commit. All D1 on the left side of the infield here for the Mater Academy Lions. Bottom of the first, no score. 1 out. And the Lions are threatening. They have a runner on third base for their slugger. Right-hander Nunez. He digs in from the stretch. Kicks and deals, and there's a line drive. That's going to be a base hit for Jonathan Esponda, who delivers a base hit for the Mater Academy Lions, and that'll give them a run. All right, here's a guy that I'm super excited to see. Last year he got an injury. He had an injury and was held out for most of the season. And he's coming back. He looks as fit as ever, strong as ever. And I can't wait to see him hit a few out of the ballpark. I wouldn't mind if he puts one out right here, Dylan Fernandez. What do you say? Oh, good swing there. Bottom of the first inning. 1 out. Yoleki's on first. Oh, 0-2 the count now to Dylan. There goes Yodenkis. Sorry about that camera work by myself out here. This summer, we're going to follow around the San Diego Padres scout team once again. Had a good time with Mr. Williams and Cameron Babin, Cutter, Ray Gonzalez. Should throw over to first base. There's Yodenkis at first. There's a better look at him. There goes Yodenkis. That one goes foul. Like I said, Dylan Fernandez was injured last year. He hurt his shoulder. So we're all looking forward for a big season. So is he. I know he's excited. He's a really likable, excitable guy. When you talk to him, you can't help but get animated. And with him and Esponda in the middle of the lineup this year, seniors leading the way for this Matter Academy, that's why hopes are so high. I mean, that's why everybody's anticipating maybe a repeat. Yodenkis stays. There's a ground ball to the infield. Oh, gets by. All the way to the, well, he gets cut off. But here comes Yodenkis motoring. Yodenkis motors around. An RBI double for Dylan Fernandez. Here's another guy that I expect to have a breakout season this year, and that's Brian Fernandez. I don't think there's any park big enough in Dade or Broward County for this guy. Power hitting, lefty, can play first base, can pitch, can play the outfield. I have to mute every once in a while because of the music. I don't want to get copyright infringements from YouTube. Even though I'm way down the line here on right field. There's an incredible sound system here at Westland Gardens Park. At the plate now with a 2-0 lead are the Matter Academy Lions, and that's Brian Fernandez. He's facing Nunez. Dylan's on second. Takes that one low. That one got away from Henriquez, but not far enough. That one fouled straight back. Count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, bottom of the first. 2-0 the score. The Matter Academy Lions, the defending Class 5A state champions. And one of the members of the state championship teams up to bat now, Brian Fernandez. He played a big role. He got hot towards the end. I remember in Las Vegas, he hit a monster home run during spring break, and that kind of put him over the top. The Lions picked up a few new arms, and we'll hear about those guys during the season. Steven Gonzalez, Jaden Lau. There's a foul ball. Fernandez is one of those guys that he can hit it anywhere in the ballpark. I mean, he can spray it all over the place. Dylan's on second base with one out. There's a shot into left field. If it's fair, it's trouble. It just goes foul. So Dylan's coming back to second. Good time to remind everybody we're going to have the American Heritage. We're going to have 3 state champions in the first week of the season. We're going to start off with Varela at South Miami. Then we're going to go over to Doral and watch American Heritage take on Doral. And there's strike 3 called. That's out number 2. I'm going to go to mute for a second. In the box right now is another offseason acquisition for the Lions. Michi Fernandez steps in, and Michi's going to play some outfield. He's already shown during the fall that he has a great glove, and there's a line drive to right field. Sorry about that. That one dropped in. So Michi's going to get on first base. Apologize for that. We'll have a helper tomorrow. And another RBI for the Lions. You know, this was a great pickup for the Lions. Michi Fernandez, a solid player. He can run. And this guy at the plate picked him up from Miami Springs, Andre Suarez. And he won a championship with Fanshawe over there at Miami Springs. And now he comes over here to possibly win his second ring with a different team. Wouldn't that be cool? Back-to-back rings with different teams. One of them is maroon. The next one will be probably green and gold. I know I wear my ring. I should have wore mine tonight. That one got away from the first baseman. And there goes Michi. Oh, and they got him hung up. They got Michi hung up in a rundown. That's going to be it. We'll be right back before the music starts. Uncle Muggs, we're going to head to the top of the second inning, 3-0 from Westland Gardens Park. All right, Uncle Muggs back, trying to get that last camera. And we're at the top of the second inning with 3-0 lead. Leodan Rodriguez still on the mound for the Mater Academy Lions, and it's Alfredo Hernandez, the fifth batter, the DH, coming up to bat for the Barracudas of Coral Reef. Uncle Muggs coming to you from on top of a container in right field. Beautiful night tonight for baseball, though. Pull up, bring a chair. Join us here. We got another couple hours, maybe. Depends how this game goes. Get a chance to see the new lefty for Matter Academy. It's Rodriguez. There's a good look at him. Another swing and a miss. Promise we'll have 3 angles tomorrow. Not sure what's going on with the behind the plate cam. It's Etherneted in, and it's just not cooperating right now. Swing and a miss and another strikeout. Wow, he's on fire. He has got 4 out of the 5. And this is going to bring up Raul Garcia, third baseman. Unfortunately for the Lions, they had an offseason acquisition. Michael Vigil went down about a month ago. Had to get operated. That was a big-time loss. But during the offseason, the Lions were able to pick up a few more arms, one of them being Leodan Rodriguez, that you're seeing right here. They also picked up Jaden Lau from Cohia. They picked up Michael Vigil. And the ace of the staff, his name's Steven Gonzalez, and they got him from Florida Christian to go along with 3 horses they already had, which were Gabo Granadillo, Adrian Peña, and Gerald Barcelo. Each one of those could be number 1s on any team in Miami-Dade or Broward County. Leodan fell behind 3-0. There's a ground ball to the infield. In time. He got him. Yes, sir. This is the top of the second. I apologize. Trying to do the score. Keep score. Do the score. It's going to bring up Ethan Gross. He's the right fielder. Where's number 23? Bats from the right side. And Bencomo is going to come out there for a second and talk to the umpire, see what's going on here. We'll keep you posted. I hope nothing happened to Leodan. Bencomo comes back off the field. Looks like Leodan is okay. And give me a comment. Do you think that center field camera is too dark? I can lighten it up a little bit, but I'd have to run all the way out there between innings. I really don't feel like doing that. That gets away from Madero's. I'm perched high above a shipping container that they use for storage here at Westland Gardens Park. And it's somewhere between like the first base and right field. And I'm perched where I could see everything. Swing and a miss there by Gross. Count goes to 1-1 with 2 outs now in the top of the second inning. 3-0 in favor of the Lions. If you're a Matter Academy Lion fan, you're liking what you're seeing so far. Leodan Rodriguez. He's the lefty. Wow, swing and a miss at a fastball. And that's going to be it. They're going to come off the field. Another 2 strikeouts that inning. 5 in total for Leodan. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back right after this. This is Uncle Muggs on behalf of Dick's House of Sport. All right, we have Willie Madero stepping in right now. Into the box, the junior catcher, utility player. Boy, and he hits that one hard. All the way to right field. And that one's caught. This is Willie Madero's, and he hits one into center field. It's dropping. An excellent play from the center fielder out there to rob a hit for Willie Madero's. All right, this is Gabriel Fonteris. He's in the box right now for the Mater Academy Lions. Swing and a miss. Fonteris wearing number 50. Playing second base for the injured, I think he's injured, Brian Mesa. 3-0. Bottom of the second inning. There's 2 outs here in the second. Swing and a miss and a strikeout. That's going to end the inning. We're going to head to the top of the third. The score is 3-0. You're watching FSPN, home of Inside the Park, and we'll be right back right after this. Coming up to bat is the 8th, 9th, and then the leadoff batter for the Barracudas. Jonathan Mendoza steps in, shortstop. He'll be followed by Jacob Wagner, the second baseman. And then it'll be the top of the order in Willie Vega. This is Johnny Mendoza. And he'll be facing the left-hander, Leodan Rodriguez, and he was picked up on the offseason from Dade Christian. So was Jaden Lau, Michael Vigil, Brian Mesa. Andre Suarez, Michi Fernandez, all of them transfers. It's a little low, and that'll be ball 4. The Cudas will have a runner on first base with nobody out here in the top of the 3rd inning. It'll bring up Wagner, the second baseman, Jacob Wagner. Here's a look at Wagner. Good move by Rodriguez to keep Mendoza close to first base. Keep it here. Here's the, we'll do the split screen. And if you've never been to Dick's House of Sports in Dadeland, it's an immersive, all-in-one. I mean, you talk about every sport under one roof. Hiking, badminton, lacrosse, soccer, of course, baseball, golf, track. There's a strikeout for Wagner, and that's number 6. Rodriguez has faced 9 batters. He struck out 6. And this is William Vega. He walked his first time up. One out, top of the 3rd inning. Check swing in there for a strike. One and one the count with 1 out. There's a deep drive to left field. Dillon takes care of that. 2 outs. Bring the second batter, Kevin Cabrera, up to bat. Promise tomorrow we'll have some better cameras and camera angles. For some reason, the one behind the plate I thought was going to be my go-to camera is acting up tonight. Take a look at the infield. Cabrera fouls that one back. We're in the top of the 3rd. On a chilly night. It's a nice night. It's chilly, but it's nice. Hardly any wind to speak of. Glad you could join us here. Oh, that looked like a nasty slider from the lefty, who's had excellent control. Let's see if Coach sends the runner here. There he goes. And he stole that one. Barracudas are going to have a man on second base with 2 outs. 1 and 2 the count. That one's fouled straight back. Cabrera stays alive against the lefty, the senior. A nice mix of seniors and juniors. I was looking at the lineup today. The roster for Humberto Bencomo and the Mater Academy Lions. And they got a nice mix of juniors. And, of course, they have their senior leadership with a lot of experience. And this guy's going to be something else, this lefty here. There's a ground ball to the infield. Just goes foul. So far, so good. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Top of the 3rd inning. I think Kevin might be warming up in the bullpen. I hear some gloves popping back there. Rodriguez in control. That one gets by Willie Medeiros. Mendoza's going to go all the way to third base. That looked like a 50-foot slider or something. It just No way Medeiros could put a glove or a body part on that. I wouldn't say that was wild, but that was the most uncontrolled we've seen Rodriguez all night. He's been nothing but stellar. That one's up high. Cabrera checked the swing there. There's a look at Mendoza on third base. And there's a strike three called. That's going to be it for the Barracudas, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's it for Leodan Rodriguez. And he was excellent. 6 strikeouts for Rodriguez. We're going to put you on mute. We'll be right back right after this break.
Zach Neto here. You're watching Inside the Park with Uncle Bob.
All right, before you go, Coach, any shout outs? Who are we going to recognize today?
Most definitely our administrative staff at Somerset Academy, our athletic director, Chris Iacano. Without them, none of this is possible. It's a great opportunity to coach these young men and also represent the school. I thank Muggs for coming out, man. This platform is special, I think, for high school baseball or sports. He's growing. It's a great industry, and it should be, explored deeper. And this guy is leading the way. A great job, man. I'm a big supporter, so thank you for coming out.
Thank you, man. That
Yes,
was
sir.
really special. Nobody's ever talked to me like that. That was awesome.
Yes.
All right,
sir.
folks, stick with us. We're going to have an interview with the senior left-handed pitcher of the Panthers, Kareem Ammer, right after this.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Uncle Muggs, I'm going to try to talk over the music. We're heading to the bottom of the third inning. It's a 3-0 ball game. We're at Westland Gardens Park on a beautiful, chilly night for baseball. The Class 5A state champions, the Humberto Bencomo-led Mater Academy Lions, are taking care of business over Coral Reef. The Barracudas came into this preseason tournament looking for an upset, but so far it's been all Mater Academy, and it's been all Leo Rodriguez. I mean, Leo has been unbelievable. He has collected 7 strikeouts. He's faced 10 batters, 7 strikeouts. He's been nothing but phenomenal. Due up for the Lions is their leadoff batter, Brandon Lorenzo. He's the Florida commit. He'll be followed by Jonathan Espanda, Yodekis Quevedo, and then it'll be Dylan Fernandez if anybody gets on. And they're going to face this right-handed pitcher, Adrian Nunez. Nunez gets his sign from Enriquez behind the plate. There's a slider. Lorenzo takes it inside for ball 1. Bottom of the third, as we mentioned. It's been all Rodriguez up to now. Lorenzo had a base hit his last time at bat, scored a run, and he had an injury short in 2025, and boy, they were glad to have him back and just in time. Brandon Lorenzo made a few plays in both the state semifinal game and in the final game for the state to cap the victory and really solidify some plays in the infield, and Fort Myers couldn't get anything going. He was just too much with the glove, and then with the bat, he was amazing. Came through when Bencomo and the Lions needed him the most. Takes that one inside, a close one. 2-2, no, 3-1 the count. And again, I'm by myself, so I'm not worried too much about the balls and strikes. I am going to keep good score and do the best I can with the outs. And on Friday, when we have the Bucks here, Omar Baldwin, there's a base hit. I'll tell you, he can hit. Florida's lucky. And you know, to say Florida's lucky, yeah, Florida Gators are lucky to have this guy. They're going to love this guy. All right, in the box is Jonathan Esponda. Again, I apologize if I go to mute. It's because there's music in the background and it's copyrighted. We don't want to get in trouble. Let's see if Lorenzo goes here. We're going to split the screen up. Doesn't go anywhere. In the box, it's Jonathan Esponda, whom I expect a lot of good things from this year. I don't want to say he had a quiet last season, but for his standards, the power numbers weren't there, and I expect more power, even though he had led the league in doubles or was leading the league in doubles for a while. Wow, and he puts that one so far back. I hope it doesn't hit my car. That's been the longest foul ball I've ever seen here at Westland Gardens Park. Johnny Esponda, big boy, all of 6'2", 6'3", upwards of 200 pounds. Here's a look at Lorenzo in the infield and the infield. There's another foul ball. He's getting closer to Uncle Mug's car. Could get kind of dangerous sometimes up here at Westland Gardens Park. I'm on top of the container. If you're ever at Hialeah Gardens, stop by, say hello. Split the screen again, see if Lorenzo goes. Nunez gets his time from Enriquez. He didn't like what he saw. Perantoni. Lorenzo's got a huge lead. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes off in the dirt. Nice block by Enriquez. And that stopped Lorenzo from going to second base. Just a reminder, everybody, you got to hit Dix. Get your gear over there. And I guarantee you won't be there for like 5 minutes. You won't go in and grab some sneakers and go, because that place just brings you in. You just want to stay there and 3-2. The count goes full to Esponda. Nobody out. Bottom of the third, 3-0. Let's see if Bencomo sends Lorenzo. Perantoni's holding him on. That one's in the dirt. Ball 4. Runners on first and second with nobody out. I wouldn't be surprised if the coach comes out and talks to Nunez. All right, the big dog in the box now, Yodeki Quevedo. If you haven't heard of this guy, you've probably been living under a rock, because this guy he's all everything. I mean, he can hit him out of the ballpark. Exciting player to watch, fun guy, good guy to talk to. High baseball IQ. Already committed to a D1 school. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets drafted. Wouldn't be surprised if he hits one out of here today. Laid off that one. Fastball outside. Nunez doesn't want to challenge him, and I don't blame him. There's a look at the infield. Esponda on first. Lorenzo's on second. 3-0 lead. Bottom of the third. Westland Gardens Park. Uncle Muggs. Nice curve by Nunez. That buckled him. He dipped his shoulder there a little bit, kind of bailing out early, did Mr. 99. Let's see if he makes an adjustment here. If he sees that pitch again. In the dirt. Nunez doesn't want to challenge him with anything fastball. This summer, Yolenki's played on the San Diego Padres scout team that's run by Brandon Williams, Cameron Mabin, the cutter, Ray Gonzalez, the coach of Gulliver, and a couple more coaches. And he did an excellent job. He hit one ball at Lake Point that went 440 feet, and some incredible competition. I mean, he's talking about teams like Wow Factor, Canes National, EBC. There's a throw to second base, not in time. Lorenzo gets back in there easily. Three and one to count to Yodelkis. Swing and a miss. Big swing. Three to zero. Nobody out. Bottom of the third. You're watching FSPN. We're at Westland Gardens Park for the first game of the 2026 season. There's a hard shot to the left side. It's picked up by the third baseman. Throws all the way over. He's going to be safe. Lorenzo's going to be forced out at second. Esponda moves over. I'm sorry, Lorenzo gets forced out at third. Stepping in the box, Dylan Fernandez. Dylan had an RBI double. He brought in Yodelkis in the first inning. See what he can get going here. I'd love to see this gentleman get it going this season. He's just such a nice kid. And I want nothing but good things for him. We're going to have a mound visit. Enriquez is going to come out and talk to Nunez. Three to zero. Uncle Muggs coming to you from Westland Gardens Park. We'll be here a lot this season. And man, I'll tell you what, anything that could break is breaking today. My chair just broke. Might have to do the rest of the game standing up. Hope not. Dylan in the box for the Lions. And there's a hard hit ball to the infield. There's one. And they only get one. They get Yodelkis at second. Fielder's choice. Runners in the corners for the Lions. Okay, big lefty Brian Fernandez steps into the box after a fielder's choice by Dylan. Moves Esponda over to third base. I wouldn't be surprised if Dylan takes off here with excellent speed. Great all around. I think he's a five-tool player. It's a good look at Fernandez at the plate. Dylan stays put. That's a ball. 3 to 0. We're in the bottom of the third inning on a cool night. It keeps getting cooler. Not as cold as it was yesterday or the day before, where we experienced 30 degrees and 40 degrees here in Miami. But we're in the 60s for sure. Fernandez takes ball two. Trying to get things situated here. Again, every once in a while, if I hit mute, it's because of the music. 0-2 the count. 0-3 now the count. Runners in the corners. 2 out. What a ride. I mean, these Matter Academy Lions, they won 10 straight. They swept their way through the regionals last season. Check swing for strike one. and they swept their way through Fort Myers. They beat a really good Fort Myers Green Wave. And I can't remember the team they beat in the finals. I think it was South Walton or Wesley Chapel. I think it was South Walton. There goes Fernandez. Swing and a miss. Fernandez is going to make it safe. That was a high one that Brian Fernandez swung at. So the count goes full to the big lefty. Okay, my bad. They're going to bring Fernandez back. So there's Fernandez on first base. Esponda's on third. And Brian, we're going to have fun with Michi Fernandez, Brian Fernandez, and Dylan Fernandez this year. Throw over to first. Not in time. So we have the three Fernandezes, Dylan, Brian, and Michi. We have two Bryans. We have Brian Mesa, Brian Fernandez. There's a hard hit ball in the infield. It gets through. There goes the speedy Dylan Fernandez. It gets away. Try to play at the plate. Two more are going to score. Yeah, that's huge. We needed that from Brian Fernandez. He's going to have a huge year. I can feel it. Five to 0 from Westland Gardens Park. Uncle Muggs bringing you the play-by-play on FSPN, and we have Michi Fernandez swinging at one from Adrian Nunez. He's the starter. He's been in the game. 5 runs scored, 3 in the first, 2 here in the bottom of the second. Bottom of the third, there's 2 outs. The runner on second base is Brian Fernandez. He has 2 RBIs to his name. Michi looking for a base hit here to go along with the hit he got in the first inning. Hits that one foul, boy, and they really want to hit my car. They are all over my car. They're peppering that. And Michi Fernandez, one of the nicest swings in all the league. And I was able to break down one of his at-bats this fall, and it's just, the hands are phenomenal. And there's a rope right on cue. He hits one in the gap. All the way to the wall. There's Fernandez with a triple right on cue. Hey, a tremendous addition, great pickup. 3 more runs in this inning, makes it 6 to 0. So Brian Fernandez scores. I'll give Michi a triple on that one. He's going to bring up Andre Suarez. And Andre was a Miami Springs Golden Hawk last year. Base hit here, get him another one. I can hear Ricky Rojas, the pitching coach. That's right, legendary Ricky Rojas of the 1984 HML Trojans, and they won the state title behind him and Arnie Prieto and T.D. Roach, rest in peace. And they well deserved that one. That one gets away. Michi's going to score run number 7. Two out, 7-0. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And this is a fine player. I mean, I like Andre. He can play all 3 outfielders, outfield positions. Good on the bases. Big, high IQ guy. Great pickup. There's a look at your coach. Tomorrow we promise we'll have some better camera on Friday when we play the Bucks. Omar Baldo and the Bucks come down to Westland Gardens Park. And they're going to take on the Humberto's Lions. There's ball 4. And we have a mound visit, maybe a change. Somebody's warming up in the Barracuda bullpen. We're going to put it on mute, figure out what's going on here, and we'll be right back. All right, Nunez is going to stay in the game. He's going to face Willie Medeiros, the catcher. Between innings, I'm going to run back there and just grab that camera. Can't believe that camera's not working. It's got Ethernet connection, the whole song and dance, and it's not working. Medeiros takes the first pitch from Nunez up high for ball 1. 7-0, bottom of the 3rd inning. 2 outs in favor of the Class 5A state champion Mater Academy Lions that are led by their head coach, Humberto Bencomo. There's a good look at Andre. Takes off for second base. Big turn. Quinones picks it up. And another runner in scoring position for Willie Medeiros. There's action in the Coral Reef bullpen. Umpire comes out to talk to Adrian Nunez. I think the temperature dropped another 4 or 5 degrees. I'm going to have to go get my jacket. These are kind of cold. Maybe I'll put my Matter hat on. Which, by the way, coaches out there, I need some hats. I need some hats for the wall in the studio. Of course, this one I never take off because the M is for mugs. It's not for Matter. That's for mugs. I just let him borrow it. There's a foul ball at the plate. Willie Medeiros saw some action last year in left field when Brandon Lorenzo went down with an injury. Yodakis had to play shortstop. Jonathan Espanda came in to play third base. And Willie Medeiros was the next man up, and he played some excellent left field. RJ Bencosme also saw some action out there, who is now with Doral. There's another foul ball into the crowd. Some new bleachers here at Westland Gardens Park. Putting up the netting. The boys did a fine job with the field. They filled in some rough spots. And this is not an easy field to upkeep because this area used to be a swamp back in the days, and it still thinks it's a swamp. So it doesn't hold water very well. And when there's a lot of water, it's hard for the grass to grow properly. But the guys here do a great job. Talking about Tito, Fahing, Brito, Ricky Rojas, and of course my boy JD, George Diaz. Nice stop by Enriquez, but boy, Suarez is quick. I didn't know he was that fast. He can really motor. I mean, 3 steps and he was at top speed already. So he's a great pickup, I think. Andre Suarez, Michi Fernandez, another great pickup. And these young guys like Gabriel Fontanese, they're going to get some experience playing alongside these big guys. And Humberto never shies away from competition. We got some state champions coming into the house. And Medeiros gets walked. We're going to have a runner for the catcher. We're going to have runners in the corners. And I'm going to put you on mute. All right, Fontanese steps in to bat. A pinch runner came in for Medeiros. There's a look at Fontanese, seeing some action because Brian Mesa is... Something's wrong with him. He wasn't in uniform today when I saw him. And he's still got a pair of jeans on. But boy, he's grown, and he's grown a good 3 or 4 inches over the summer. I mean, at least 2 or 3 inches. I don't want to exaggerate, but I'm Cuban, so. There's a hard hit ball to the infield. It's going to get through. Run number 8 is going to score. And that's what you need. You need these guys like Fontanese to get some experience. I think that's going to be it for Nunez. Brandon Lorenzo's coming up to bat, the leadoff batter. There was somebody warming up earlier in that bullpen. We're going to go to the center field cam. We're going to find out who that is. Nunez did a great job. But now we have another pitcher for the Barracudas. We'll be right back, let you know who it is. All right, the new pitcher. Yeah, I didn't forget to take the mute off. New pitcher's name is Aiden Perez Rivera for the Barracudas, who are down 8-0. That pinch runner that had come in to pinch run for Willie Maderos. There he is there, number 33. His name is Reynaldo Sojo. Sojo is the pinch runner. Gabriel's on first base. And Brandon Lorenzo is going to lead things off. There's Fontanese talking to Tito Rodriguez. And if the name sounds familiar, Tito Rodriguez's brother is Pudge. It's Ivan Rodriguez. And I heard that Ivan Rodriguez is back in Miami, and he's going to come out and watch the Matter Academy Lions one of these days during the season. We hope to get him on the booth and talk a little baseball with the Hall of Famer, the 14-time Gold Glover out of Puerto Rico, Pudge, Ivan Rodriguez. That one's inside. Too much inside. And there he is. There he is right there. Hey. All right, folks, that is 1985's state champion, Ricky Rojas, the legend, the fireballer from the 80s. Went on to a career with the Kansas City Royals, and right now he's a pitching coach. He's talking to Jaden Lau right now, which was an offseason acquisition. That one was called a strike. The count goes 2-1 in an 8-0 ball game. The Lions have just broke it open here in the third inning as we look at Ricky Rojas mentoring one of the young pitchers on his staff. Ricky, known for a fireballer, swing and a miss by Lorenzo. Evens the count at 2-2 with 2 out and 2 on here in the bottom of the third. Fontanese on first base. Sojo's on second. Perez Rivera winds up, and he gets the third out by way of strikeout. And the Lions leave 2, but they get 5 here in the bottom of the third inning. We head to the top of the fourth here on FSPN. You're listening to Uncle Muggs. And all of this is brought to us by our friends at Dick's House of Sport. We'll be right back.
All right, before you go, Coach, any shout outs? Who are we going to recognize today?
Most definitely our administrative staff at Somerset Academy, our athletic director, Chris Iacano. Without them, none of this is possible. It's a great opportunity to coach these young men and also represent the school. I thank Muggs for coming out, man. This platform is special, I think, for high school baseball or sports. He's growing. It's a great industry, and it should be, explored deeper. And this guy is leading the way. Great job, man. I'm a big supporter, so thank you for coming out.
Thank you, man. That was really special. Nobody's ever talked to me like that. That was awesome.
Yes.
All right, folks, stick with us. We're going to have an interview with the senior left-handed pitcher of the Panthers, Kareem Ammer, right after this.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Over you, man. Thank you,
brother.
brother.
Thank you.
All right, the new pitcher on the mound is Kevin Salgado. And I believe he is a sophomore. And if he's not a sophomore, he's a junior, but I wouldn't go any more than that.
Leading it off, the catcher, number 7, Joseph Enriquez.
Enriquez, the catcher, steps in, left-handed batting catcher to face the right-handed pitching Salguero. We'll get a camera on Salguero in a second. Salguero, big guy. Saw him a lot in the fall. There's Salguero. I promise to get you a better camera tomorrow. I mean Friday. I keep saying tomorrow, but it's Friday when we're back here again, and we get to see Omar Baldo and his young crew over there of Bucks, the 2015 state champion Bucks, led by their coach Fred Burnside. Enriquez to be followed by Dominic Peritoni, and then it's Alfred Hernandez. And if anybody gets on, it's Raul Garcia. And we're at a beautiful night. Kevin's first pitch is a little bit high. I was going to say beautiful night here for baseball. It's getting a little chilly. That one's a little low, according to home plate umpire. There's one's foul back. Boy, some souvenirs. And these are big foul balls. These aren't little, barely making it over the fence. These are going deep into the night. A lot of cars out there. If you ever come to Westland Gardens Park, don't park right behind home plate. There's another foul ball. That one barely makes it out. 2-2 the count to the catcher. On a beautiful night, 8-0 in favor of the Lions, the defending 5A champions, led by our guy Humberto Bencomo. Butch Carnicero is the athletic director here. Alex Tamargo, the principal. All baseball guys. Change here on second base. Swing and a miss and a strikeout for Salguero. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Dominic, batting from the left side.
First baseman, number 7,
It's Jaden Valdez. Jaden Valdez is the new second baseman for the Lions. Try to get a camera on him in a second. There he is there. That's a good camera work there. Well, we got a great cameraman. 1-1 the count to the first baseman. Tall, lanky. Swing and a miss. Kevin fooled him on that one. And I don't want to say he's got sneaky speed, because he'll overpower you and he'll tell you it's coming and you still can't hit it. But what surprises me about Kevin is the different arm angles and the being able to throw a curve. There's a nice curve. Barely got a piece of it. He's running over to get that one. And it rolls foul. Salguero's going to see some innings this year. He's going to be a leader the next couple of years for Humberto Bencomo and these Mater Academy Lions. 8-0. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Now one camera that's wired in and it's not online. You go figure. And the one in center field that's on Wi-Fi is working perfectly. So on Friday, when we play the South Dade Bucks, Perantoni goes down on strike, so 2 strikeouts for Salguero. As I was saying, on Friday, February 6th, And that's a 7 o'clock start. Taking on Omar Baldo and the Bucks, the new look Bucks. Alfredo Hernandez, the DH, big boy, number 25, steps into the box to face, I want to say, sophomore Kevin Salguero. Nice fastball, splits the plate. I like his posture. You know, he doesn't slouch over. Really nice guy to talk to. Caught the outside corner. No. 2 balls and 1 strike to the DH in an 8-0 game. So look at the infield. That one catches a piece of the plate. Swing and a miss, and Salguero strikes out the side. Nice work by number 9, Kevin Salguero. Excellent work. We'll be right back. This is Uncle Muggs, FSPN. There's the legend, Ricky Rojas. All right, if you ever see this guy out in the street, be careful with your wallets. His name is George Diaz, and he's a pickpocket. I'm just kidding. One of the nicest guys you ever meet, and I'm proud to call him my brother, George Diaz, Matter Academy Lions. What do I got to do to get that camera to work?